Hello, beautiful people. Um, we're back today and no schedule and whatever. I'm supposed to go to work in a little while. But yeah, so something popped in my head and it's kind of been rolling around. So I decided to sit down and chit chat a little bit about it. And yeah, so today it is like, what is the one thing that you can say to shut down an INFJ? And I can't speak for all of us, but I can speak for myself. Um, and it was because I heard this in conversation the other day, and it really, ooh, it's like a dart. Ooh, it's just like a dart right into your heart. And yeah, so the thing that will shut me down from sharing myself, from sharing my thoughts, my feelings, and my struggles, is to have someone that is dear to me or someone that I have felt comfortable and felt loved enough by to share things with that I probably, wouldn't tell other people, wouldn't just tell random people, wouldn't, some of my struggles and some of my thoughts that would be perceived as weird. And to hear this comment from someone is something that I have heard many times in my life, and probably all of us have heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's one of the big INFJ complaints of being misunderstood and for people not getting you and not understanding what you're saying or going through. So the phrase that can shut down an INFJ from sharing their heart and sharing their feelings and their struggles is, I don't understand you. And I have heard this many times in my life. I don't understand you. I don't know why you feel that way. That doesn't make any sense. That sort of thing. And I think for the struggle is always that I want to be understood. I want to have a few people in my life that are important to me, that I love and that love me and that are safe for me to share lots of things, anything, and that they will understand what I'm going through. It doesn't mean that they have to completely get every piece of it, that they have to feel the same way that I do about it, that they have to have the same struggle in their life. But I want them to, and maybe it's too much to ask, but the people that I would share these kinds of things with, I want them to get me. I want them to be able to say, like, well, I feel differently about that, but I know what you're saying. And I can understand why you would come to that conclusion, whether my conclusion is right or wrong, whether my feelings and my thoughts and my ideas about something are even valid. That part doesn't matter. Being understood and being accepted in the ways that perhaps I'm broken, not that I want to be left there in that brokenness, but I want people to get it, And I can say if I'm in a relationship, a friendship, with someone, or even in, the case of the love relationship with my husband, I want to be able to share those things and be understood. Maybe they won't be on the same page as I am with it, but at least you can, without judgment, have someone to pour those things out. So hearing the words, I don't understand you, when you're sharing something that's really kind of raw and maybe a piece of wounding or something, that'll shut you right down, because those words to me are like a dart straight into my heart. Like, I thought that I could say these things and be, I can't even think of the right word. It's not appreciated. It's not validated. but I can't think of the right word. Maybe you guys can tell me what that word is. And a lot of times I feel like I have a lot of things that don't make any sense. They don't even make any sense to me. But there's a few people in my life that I could tell those things and they would make sense. And and maybe they can even repeat back some of it to me, and then some of my own words will make sense in my head, But so if you love an INFJ, if you are so blessed or cursed to have one in your life and have one that would trust you enough to share the things with you that they do, the best way to shut down that line of communication and to shut down their openness to share their heart, at least for this INFJ, would be to say, I don't understand you. I don't know what other things could be said that would probably be translated the same, but those words in particular, at least for this girl, are hard to swallow. And they kind of stick and circle around after they're said. But I got to pull that little dart out and toss it aside for what it is, because it was just words and it wasn't meant to be hurtful. But if you love an INFJ, stay away from those words. Maybe say, can you explain that more? Or, I feel differently about it. I feel this way about it. I see this. I see that. Kind of the same way that I would speak to someone that I don't really, fully appreciate what they're saying. And not that I have necessarily the best form of communication with everybody. Not that I'm the stellar example of how to hold a relationship, because, I'm not. But, yeah, so that's the end of my little chat this morning. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. It is still summertime, which is fantastic. Live and love out of the way you were created.